Alright guys, I just got a quick video for you. So I want to show you how I get glass smooth professional finishes, and you can do it too at home. So this is one of my favorite sealers. It's a water-based polyacrylic. It comes in all kinds of different finishes as far as this is a clear matte. But just to give you an idea, so this piece, which you saw in last week, or this video coming up, or last video, I'm not sure. But so we've done 3 coats of this polyacrylic, sanding with 220 in between. But sometimes you get brush strokes in it, or in your 3rd coat, it's not as smooth as you really would like it to be. This is how you do it, okay? So we're gonna start by taking 600 grit sandpaper. Make sure it's the wet dry sandpaper. Sometimes you just don't want it to dissolve on your piece. So what I do is I take the sandpaper, I wet it down, and on our surface, I'm just gonna do this surface for you guys to see. Just take it, and I do it in a circular motion with that 600 grit sandpaper. Just make sure your sandpaper stays wet. And this only works with the water-based polyacrylic. The oil-based one, I've never had really good results, and that's why I just like the water-based one, because it's a little bit more forgiving, but also when you do this wet sand, it gives it a really, really smooth finish. So now that we wet sand it, take a paper towel and just kind of wipe off the extra moisture. And now you'll get kind of like a little bit of a haze to the top of it. Let me bring you guys in a little closer. So you see you can kind of get a little bit of a haze on it. So next what you do, take another paper towel, and this is Minwax, I prefer that brand. But you just take it and you dot a little bit in there, and you just kind of rub it in really nice and thin and spread it out nice and smooth. This removes a lot of the brush strokes that you would get left behind when you do it, and because we sanded at such a high grit, there's very little for the finish to grip onto. So you want to kind of just buff out that haze almost with the finish. So we're just going to buff that in. That's a little too much. Share some of the wealth up here. All right, and then you just let it dry. I don't know if you can see it as well as on camera as you can feel it. This one down here, this was just done with the 220 in between and just the 3 coats. It kind of has a little bit of drag to it. It's good, but up here where we did the 600 grit sandpaper, I mean, it's glass smooth. There is no resistance, no drag, nothing. It just slides right off. So at your last coat, for your 4th coat technically, do the 600 grit wet sand and then wipe it on real nice and thin, and you'll get a glass smooth finish every time.